Felicitations, malefactors!
And welcome back to more Cave Gameshire. So in the previous video, I showed some progress that I had been making on the East Fort. But today, we are not going to be doing anything relating to the fort. Instead, we have been on the server playing here for now exactly 1 year. So we started September 12th last year in Alpha 1.1.2_01, the last patch that has the, old style like neon leaves and bright green grass. And today, we're going to show you guys what we've done around the world. So, I'm going to meet the rest of the guys over at spawn here, so I will be right back.
Hello, this is that blank channel where we blank things. Play
That
blank
sounds
games.
like it could potentially be
All
very inappropriate.
Say
It's perfect. It's perfect. Let's go.
no.
Okay.
All right, yeah.
So today we are doing a tour of the server to celebrate the 1 year anniversary of its opening.
Ooh, I launched fireworks, but we can't do that.
I mean, I could go get some TNT. Anyway, so we're here at spawn. Well, we're here next to spawn. Technically, spawn
Is on these wolves.
is right here, the intersection, but that's not important. What is important is we're doing a tour today, so let's start off with the mine, because it takes a long time to walk to places.
I would know.
Okay, after literally nothing eventful happened, we are at the mine. Here is the entrance. So, alright, follow. Go across this bridge here, that's totally safe.
OSHA.
No incidents have ever happened
OSHA
here,
compliant.
ever. And you come over here.
Ooh.
First off, there is the everlasting furnace.
Established 9/12/2021.
Almost a year ago. So what this is a bugged furnace that's in the lit state constantly. So you can open it up and it's in the lit state, but do not use it. Otherwise, the game might update and realize that it's not supposed to be perpetually lit.
If you block update next to it, does it fix it?
I don't think so.
I don't want to test it.
I don't either. Anyway, so you come in here, the mine entrance. All dug out with stone pickaxes, by the way. Right. So I did this in Alpha 1.0. Well, there were several of those patches. Anyway, if you'll come down here.
I hear skeletons dying.
Yep, there are some apartments. And then there are some farms. There is a wheat farm that is currently blocked off because animals will spawn on the grass, come in here and trample it, and that's terrible. Because I have grass here on this tree farm area. It's like a big room with trees.
It is pretty cozy in here,
Underground.
honestly.
Crazy.
I could live in here as a nice base.
And then over here, we've got an automatic cactus farm.
Fun fact.
Oh, wow, that's a lot of cactus.
This is actually the first automatic farm you can make.
Yep. Oh, and there's no place to do it. I guess I just have cactus now.
I've got a single cactus. Not really very.
I've got over a stack. There was 64 and then 36. Yo, that's even 100.
Oh, wow.
I can do math. Anyway, so if we go over here to the other side. Oh, yeah, I can do.
Your machine?
Yeah, I can do. Okay.
We don't have any.
Real quick, this is an obsidian generator. So basically what you do is you put where this obsidian is, where these 4 obsidian blocks are, you put redstone and then you pour lava on top of them. And for some reason the game is like, yes, this redstone should become obsidian. And it's very useful for getting rid of excess redstone if you have a lot of time. So I've got a lot of obsidian, but I still have more redstone than I do obsidian.
I have a considerable amount of redstone, so I might actually.
Yeah, so look at all this redstone I have in here. This is redstone I haven't gotten around to converting.
I mean, you don't even need that much dust.
Here is the Great Hall. I am walking on the table like a civilized person.
I'm walking on the chairs like another civilized person. Here's the
Anyway,
fireplace without a fire.
That's because we don't have netherrack access yet. Anyway, this is gonna be like where we hold meetings. No, wait, come over here. You definitely have to be like on my left right here. You can be like my left-hand man. Which is better than being my right-hand man because I'm left-handed. Yeah. Oh, this is intimate. Oh, thank you. Now I have 101 cacti. No,
There's
I
the
don't want
one
your
cactus
I
you
don't want
got.
your filthy
Accept
right-handed
my
cacti.
cactus!
Okay, so over here we're down in the. Oh, so for starters, damn slimes.
Yep, here we go again.
Mistakes were made.
Oh god!
Anyway, that happens. It gets fixed next patch. It sucks.
I
Anyway,
hate slime
this
so much.
connects back up to the train station. And this is the Holy Obsidian, where you may place offerings. Here, Holy Block of Obsidian, I give you 1 cacti.
I give you a cacti. I
I
love
guess
how
it's just
much
a
of a
cactus.
I love how much of a flex this is with the diamond blocks on it.
It just looks nice.
It does look really good.
Anyway, this is still obviously under construction.
The rail track is one way, basically.
Over here, we've got the actual mine section. This was also dug out with stone pickaxes and took forever. But it's aesthetic. Like, look at that. I worked hard on this. So
This is definitely one of the coolest like mines I've ever seen in a
I
survival.
didn't want it to just be like a generic, like, this is only a mine. I wanted there to be a decorative element to it as well. So that's why you've got the ceiling like that.
I mean, it really exemplifies dwarven architecture.
Thank you. So anyway, this is the chest room. This is where Fig and I are assembling lots of cobblestone and other materials for the construction of the Great Wall, which will stretch around the inner spawn region. The room is very unfinished. It will be much larger than this, but I guess it'll give you like sort of a sense of scale.
The fact that you can see render fog.
Yep. Yes, I am using iron blocks in the path around the chests. Just cause. Oh yeah, and here's Fig's cobblestone mining. So basically there are 2 dispensers here. And they shoot pickaxes here, and here is Yon cobblestone generator, and he will, you know. I made this redstone timing thing. Basically, there's a dispenser that shoots Yon sapling onto a pressure plate, and when it despawns, it sends a signal out, which sends another sapling onto the pressure plate, and also shoots out Yon pickaxes.
I thought I disconnected the circuit.
Maybe it's disconnected now. Anyway.
You got it stuck on the on state, so it's whatever.
Yeah.
I can fix it later.
Sure. So that's the mine. What are you doing? I'm confused, Wade. What are you doing?
I'm also confused.
What do you mean?
What are you doing?
Does he not see us?
No, I don't.
And over here we have the docks, which are still under construction. We have my boat, which is, I guess, technically the oldest build on the server. Go me. So I built this in Alpha 1.0.11 before there were fence posts. I had to go back and add those later. But it's got a nice view from the crow's nest. If we come up here, we can see we've got a good view of the lighthouse, and we've got a good view of Fig's boat. Regrettably, the train station is just out of render distance.
I love the crow's nest views from up here. Lots of.
It's nice. Whoops, sorry, I don't want to push you off.
I'm going down the ladder.
Sure.
This is not OSHA compliant.
Okay, and then up here we've got the wheel.
Ah, yes, the wheel.
It does its job. And then in here we've got like the little balcony.
Hey, you can see the train station now.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna go over this way.
I'm gonna follow directly behind you.
Okay. And then down here we have the, I guess, main hallway. And we've got some cabins. Like we've got Wade's cabin, which is about cleared out. We've got Bacon's cabin, which has another infinitely lasting furnace in it. Let's go, Bacon. Oh, and he's got 23 diamonds. Not bad. And then we've got Fig's quarters, which are about cleared out. You have 3 cobblestone stairs, 8 iron ingots, 1 iron ore, 38 redstone. And then I left some charcoal in your thing because I was smelting stuff.
I should probably like clear this out fully.
Yeah, and we've got Dragon Bounds halves. Which still has some bowls. Oh, and a lot of steak, actually.
Hey, go look back in Bacon's chest.
I approve. Alright, and then over here, we've got the captain's quarters. I be your captain, Arcrid. And here's my desk where I sit and do captain stuff.
Avast!
And then
Arg.
yes, and then down here
Oh.
there's storage.
The cargo
You know,
hold's a
the
pretty good
cargo
spot.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with how it turned out.
Alright, so here's my boat. It's not as ancient as this one is, but it's still a boat that I am nonetheless proud of. I based the design off of a 16th century caravel from right about the age of exploration, which has these interesting mast structures. You can kind of see how it like curves up from the main deck here, but gave me a lot of masts, and the fence posts were super annoying to place.
Oh yeah, you can't place free floating fence posts. You have to place them on top of a solid block. You can't place them on another fence post.
Yeah, it took me multiple hours to do that.
So you have to start at the top and then place the one below it and then the one below that. And it's
Yep. And
an absolute nightmare.
these are meant to be like they're not called mooring lines. You think I know this, but they're the lines that connect the sails to the decks. And then the wheel is supposed to go here, but I forgot to put the sign there, and I have yet to put it. But this is the main deck, and this is the aft castle here. So if we come into my cabin here, it's very simply decorated. I've got 2 paintings right here, a nice black wool floor, and then my desk, which is definitely not similar to Arcrid's.
No, not at all.
I've also got my nice balcony back here, which has a license plate down there that you can't read from this angle. So popping down below
No,
here.
I can almost see it.
No. So popping down below here, we've got my personal quarters. It's nothing too big. It's got a window to the outside. It's got some books, a bed, a little painting. Just my personal quarters. So let's go back out to the main deck. And then you can see Wade going down below the main deck. So we're in the section of the ship right now where the crew would be able to hang out, chat, eat, etc. And then we'll go into the crew's quarters. So that's why I made these floating beds here, which didn't really take that much effort to do. Oh. See, Wade's asleep up there. Hey, it works.
I don't know if... Yeah, I was about to say, wait, I don't know if you should get out of that.
Oh, damn it. Does anybody have blocks?
Yeah, here.
So over here, we have access to the cargo hold, which, unlike Arcrid, doesn't have storage in it. But it does contain gold ore. Because we are a
Why
treasure
gold
ship.
ore?
We're a treasure ship.
Why gold ore? Why not gold blocks?
Because I didn't have enough gold for gold blocks.
Oh, you should consider upgrading to gold blocks.
I probably will once I gather enough gold, but I'm not gonna purposely go and find gold right now. But yeah, that concludes the boat. Alright, so the canal, the West Canal. This land, well, I should say this section of water right here, used to be land that connected from here through here. But it became a project to remove the land, dredge it deep enough to allow boat passage through it, and then reflood it. But that necessitated kind of putting these fortifications on the side of it to kind of guard the canal with these towers on here. I did design the towers kind of based off pagodas, which is where you can see the roof inspiration. And the tower interiors are pretty bare bones, but overall I'm very happy with the way this canal turned out.
It looks nice.
Yeah. It's definitely it was the first larger project that I started here, and I'm very happy with the way it turned out. You can see Wade up there in the window.
All right. Okay, and now we're at the lighthouse. This was built by Tile. As you can see, it houses light up at the top there. This is part of, I guess, the larger port area with the docks and stuff. And we can go up in it. So we're still working on the interior.
Still pretty
Tile,
big.
unfortunately, could not join us tonight because he's busy with school. See, there's the beacon, but he worked very hard on this, and it's got an excellent view. You can see the train station.
Ooh, sorry.
You can see a bit of the bridge, and you can also, I guess, get an overview of what we're going to go to next. Fig's thing.
Oh wow, I haven't seen it up here for a while. Wow.
Yeah. Fig, would you care to explain?
Okay, so this is a wider view of the East Fort. This kind of developed from a larger harbor plan that we came up with later last year. And from that, I extrapolated literally I think all the plan indicated were the 3 docks over that are supposed to go right there that I haven't marked out yet. And from there, I kind of extrapolated that, hey, we should fortify this whole area. The wall extends a little bit further out of the render distance over there, and it connects all the way over to another canal that's over that way. Currently, I'm still working on the interior. I'm hoping to finish that up in the next day or two, and then I can go about the next phase of the plan. So let's go ahead and head over there. Okay, here we are.
But Fig, why is it all made of stone?
So the reason it's all made of stone is because this area is meant to be an entirely urbanized city, which is what's going to go on top of everything here. The current plan is to keep the terrain shape, which I have done as well as I can, making some small changes here or there that make sense, like filling in or removing small sections that stick up or above larger layers. Utilizing that existing shape and then shaping it into large blocks that the buildings will sit on. Similar kind of to Minas Tirith, but on a much smaller scale. Not nearly as grandiose as that. And so I decided during the planning portion of this that rather than just either place it on top or replace just the top layer, I wanted to like go all the way down through the dirt layers and then build it back up and replace that with stone. Partly because we were able to extract a lot of resources from this, namely sand, dirt, and quite a bit of gravel as well, which are in these chest pyramids that I have laid down over here. I've also got like a kind of temporary mining setup with a cobble generator inside that cliff wall over there, with a big furnace array to make it into stone. Yep, and that is why it is made of stone. Yeah, so it's the same depth as the other canal, extends all the way down, and then it is wide enough to allow passage of the ships. You are keeping me up here, aren't you? So a while ago, I had some older towers here that were not that good. Ooh, do you mind?
Nice water bucket, nerd.
Why are you like this? So these towers were initially much blockier and made entirely of cobblestone, and I changed them eventually into the current towers that we now have here. Overall, makes the place look much better. But yeah, that is the East Canal. So over here, we have a natural archway. This serves as the entrance slash exit of the entire East Fort. It is very dangerous on the outside, though, because it is not well lit. But this archway was naturally here, and let's be mindful of our surroundings. So when we were planning this out, I asked Arcrhid like what I should do about this with the wall connecting it up to over here. But I asked Arcrhid what we should do about this, and he said incorporate it into there, and that was his suggestion. And
I
so
just thought it'd be neat.
that is what's done now. I should probably extend that over to make it a little more solid, but
Yeah.
that's some more landscaping work. But the area is supposed to transition from this grass area into the urban setting of the stone here. It's currently a hard line, but that's because I'm still working on transforming this. So I will do a blending pattern whenever that time comes. But yeah, that is the whole of the East Fort.
Okay, so here is the train station. This was one of the first things built, right by spawn. This is what will connect spawn to the rest of them. Oh yeah, here's Boneless Bacon. He's waving. How nice. And if we come in here real quick, you may see that the roof is obsidian. I dug that out by hand in alpha Minecraft when it takes 15 seconds to break block. So it took quite a long time. But yeah, there's some nice views of like the nearby things. And the most exciting part of it right now is down here on the northeast platform where we've got the redstone set up. So basically, you push button and it's like, ah, yes, we will take you to this destination. Right now, there are only two options. There's Hereshire Central Station, and then there is the spawn mine. Earlier, you saw the rail line at the mine. This is what takes you there. You push button, and it takes you there. And if you push button, it changes the tracks, and now it will take you to where you want to go. Do you have minecart fig?
Yep, I got minecart.
Okay, so what you do is you sit here, you push this button, and then minecart makes you zoom, and then you zoom. So we're not going to take the whole way across. What I will say is there's a very nice view of the lighthouse and some of the towers Fig has made. Thank you, Ed. And then over here, we have the statue of Based Harry, the Dresden Decimator.
Yep, there he is.
There we go.
Oh, did you mean to make me stop?
No.
Good time to make you stop.
Wait, do items on the track make you stop?
Sometimes they do. I picked up Wade's arrow before it made me stop.
Interesting.
So there is Based Harry, the Dresden Decimator. It goes all the way up to the build limit. It's technically the tallest structure on the server.
It's a very
Because
nice
you can't build any higher than the stone up there. That's build limit. So, and like I said, there's a very nice view of Fig's walls from over here. And if we come over here, we come to the bridge towers. I built this all in Alpha 1.2.6. It was very time consuming, but it's one of my favorite builds ever, so I am very proud of it. Even if I'm speaking incredibly monotone about it.
This is a great build, guys. Wow.
Wow. Anyway, if you come up here, the towers are still relatively empty. But maybe I'll make myself like an apartment in one of these buildings, right? Because that'd be cool. You can see the Bomber Harris statue and you can see Fig's stuff a little bit. And then you can walk across the top. Get a nice view of the stuff.
Oh, wow. Yeah, they got good views from up here.
Yeah.
It'd be great when we actually have better render distance.
It will be. These pesky clouds. So yeah, the towers are the same. Just mirrored. So that is the bridge. It's about 800 blocks long or so, if you were looking for scale.
This is how you make a minecart bridge.
Yep. It's got two-way traffic, so that way if two people want to go across the bridge at the same time in different directions, they won't mess each other up. And this is the town of Hereshire. It's where we've basically had our base of operations lately. It is, I guess, the starter town. Still under construction, but we've made a lot of progress on it. Over here we have Wade's thing. So Wade, this was supposed to be like a crypt of some sort, right?
Yeah, cemetery, crypt. I didn't have much plans for it, and it's definitely evolved since then, and I know it's going to evolve a little bit more.
Oh, you've been
I want to go with
this.
the design that I always like using. But for now, it's a crypt. The inside's a lot cooler.
Feel like this is where our dogs are going to end up when they're stupid with their Minecraft beta AI. So you're planning an expansion over here.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
this looks
I
good.
definitely don't build as much as Fig does. That's for sure.
Hey, whoa! I actually haven't seen this before down here.
Yeah.
I didn't know this was
Where
down
he
here.
initially. This is
I'm
where he initially
thinking
set up the base
about
of
I'm thinking
operations.
about turning all this into a maze.
Like a labyrinth?
Yeah, like a purposeful labyrinth maze
Hide a minotaur in here.
or a dungeon, one would say.
I bet this just goes to an underground mine.
Yeah.
Oh no, I was walking down the stairs and I stopped on the gravel and it was like, hey, gravel step noise time. Yep. Just a small mine.
Oh wow, yeah.
Okay, the pub. So this pub was based off of 2 images of rural English pubs. Or not rural, rustic. But
Rural.
tomato potato. But
I was saying both.
I took both of them and essentially kind of married the two together to get this design. It was a very painstaking process that Arcrhid can attest to.
Yeah, basically, Fig would do something, and I was like, why don't you try doing it like this? He's like, Arcrid, why? And I was like, because it'll look good. And then he tried it, and sometimes it looked good, and other times it didn't. Basically, Fig sat there for like 2 hours designing a pub,
Dude,
and I was sitting there the
no,
whole
it
time.
was like 6 hours that we
Oh,
did
was
this.
it?
Yeah, it was a long
Oh,
time.
dang. Yeah, it was a long time. And,
Uh,
but you're happy with the end product.
Oh, absolutely, and this is the Lancaster, in reference to the planes used by the RAF during World War II. But you have your main floor down here, which is carpeted with red carpet. Very expensive in these versions. Very
It's
expensive.
true. Roses are not renewable,
Roses
and
are not
sheep
renewable.
do not regrow their wool.
It was a hefty investment. Same thing with the bricks too. That was also expensive.
Hmm.
But I will say, our design process is I build something, Arcrid says, you could do it better, and then I get annoyed, I do it, and then it's better. And then we end up with
To be fair, that also happened to some extent with the bridge that I built that we just
yeah,
covered.
that is true.
I built bridge. Fig was like, "But you could do it better," and I was like, "You know what, Fig, you're right." And so I did do it better.
I feel like this is a dark spot that I should probably light up. Put a torch right there. Yeah. It's sometimes a painstaking design process, but we always get end results that look really good. So you've
And
got your fireplace right here. You've got your bar where the barkeep would stand here and give you
innkeeper
some drinks. You have his personal quarters back here, which I probably will leave this, even though beds are actually a thing now.
looks nice.
Another fireplace for another chimney, because there's lots of chimneys here. That's the barkeep's personal quarters. Let's head upstairs. So, if anybody moves out into Herishire, I do have some small starter, I guess, apartments that they can inhabit for, as little or as long as they like. It's
In
complete with
accommodation.
in accommodations, yes. It's complete with a bed, chest, 3 furnaces, and a crafting table. All 3 of these rooms are identical with different colors on the floor pattern. Above here, we've got a completely unused space, which is just an attic, which another chimney up here for seemingly no reason. Yeah, this space isn't really used for anything. I might put something up here, maybe make it look a little bit creepy when I get access to like cobwebs or something.
Ooh.
You were pushing me up the ladder, Wade. But yeah, that's the top floor, and we're gonna go down to the basement now, underneath this staircase here. So we've got some storage, just random things strewn about. The walls are in fact hollow, so someone is living in my walls. But this just goes all the way around, and it was done in the middle of my construction process because, some people are like that. But down here is the entire reason this building exists. If you come down this ladder through this hole, there is a skeleton farm over here, complete with bones and arrows because we've been in the area. The actual spawner itself is like right under the beach. But we decided to put a building over this to kind of hide the entrance to the skeleton farm. And that is the reason why the pub was made.
Okay, and over here we have Tile's house. This is actually the first building built in Hereshire, actually. So you can see he's got this lovely fence. And now I have a train outside my room. My window's open, my bad. So he's got a scarecrow.
The train gets louder.
The train. Oh, man. So yeah, here's Tile's house. He still has the lull with cobblestone in his chest. So he's got this nice little balcony here where you can look out upon the town. So good. It was a good way to start off the town.
Yeah, it's the first
and then
building.
down here he's got a little basement with some beds.
Oh,
I guess this is where he sleeps. Yeah, the beds are new. The room is not.
There used to be a wheat farm.
Yeah, it used to be a wheat farm. Okay. All right, over here we've got Dragon's Hut. I really like this build too. He's put a lot of work in with like the details and stuff. And if we go over here,
It's
see
definitely one of my favorite houses.
there's divots taken out of the floor and stuff. And up here is a storage room, but he's also got like the epic secret room up here that's really difficult to get up to, because you've got to like go over here and like jump off. Oh, I had the jump, and
There is in fact a ladder right there.
There we go, and now I'm up here. There's nothing up here.
Oh yeah, that was super
But it's
hard.
fun to come up to. Oh, shut up, Fig. And then if we go down to the basement, there is lava and furnaces and like spots for minecarts to go in and out. It will end up being really cool at some point, I think.
It's already really cool. It's one of my favorite
Right.
places. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's really nice build.
Ugh. And it comes right out over here, next to the unfinished fishing hut.
Oh, Squilliam! Squilliam!
Oh yeah, we almost
Squilliam!
forgot about Squilliam. How could we forget? He's
Oh,
still
we
there,
didn't.
right?
Yes!
Ah, he's still alive. My boy.
Okay, before we move on with the houses, we'd like to introduce you to Squilliam Fancy Son.
I'll stand guard.
Squilliam here is the current favorite to win the first Hereshire mayoral elections. He is currently running unopposed, and I don't know anyone who is brave enough to take him on. So,
I mean, have you heard his rhetorical skills? I would not.
exactly. So it's highly likely that Squilliam will end up being the mayor. Now, I guess we do your house, Fig.
Oh yeah. So my house, formerly known as Oops All Roof, the roof was later redesigned to this more gradual shape. But you come up through one of these two side staircases and come through the main doorways here. We've got my ground floor with a red carpet, a couch, this little kitchenette area, and then the access to the balcony on the back here. I chose this spot specifically because of the natural overhang below it that I can't really get a good view of. But that is why I chose where my house is, so I could build a balcony over it. So we're going to come upstairs to my study.
Felicitations, malefactors!
Good impression of me. I like this. Yeah, I've got my original desk here, which is where I started doing that, a little tradition of mine that I'm now copying everywhere I go. It's got some bookshelves around here to, kind of show that this is like a study area. It's also got, I guess, flowers in the windowsills with grass. This took a while to get the grass spread up here, but once I got it up there, it was pretty nice. Then in the attic, I've got my storage area, a jukebox, and a bed. And some nice windows to look out of. But yeah, that is formerly Oops All Roof.
Okay, next we're rolling into my house. I wanted to make something small. So I did. If you come in here, it's really cozy on the inside. There's just a little fireplace / furnace. I'm probably going to put a chair here. Right here is like a closet, which goes down to some storage and a cobblestone generator. And my squid milk and squid cake chest, and just some miscellaneous supplies. If you go up to, sorry, Fig. If you go up to the second floor, there is a little balcony where I can look upon the ice there, and also, the other houses in town. So, and yeah, a little bit more storage up here.
If you wanted to build something small, you would have just made me.
Damn, that's true. All right, wait, we're moving on.
There's a strange man throwing bones outside the window.
Yeah, over here we've got tiles bridge of dubious construction. Is it fixed? I don't know. We'll audit it at
we
some
fixed
point.
it.
Yeah.
We're about to run into a theme here of dubious construction.
We love tile. You just can't count above 2.
I know, love the guy, but math skills aren't exactly on par. I will say though, he's got a knack for architecture.
He does. So over here we've got downtown. Here's the train station. Eventually the train line from the bridge will link up here. It's modeled after small town Virginia train stations.
And there's nothing
so
inside.
there's nothing inside yet, but there will be at some point. Now over here we've got Tiles Town Hall. This has been one of the most, I guess, elaborate builds on the server. It's gone through lots of revision, lots of critiques.
Most famously,
it still has work. Most famously regarding the dome, which eventually we ended up having to build. But as you can see, it's It's modeled off of Jefferson architecture. You see, you've got the triangular roof with the columns, and then you've got the dome. So it resembles stuff like the Rotunda at the University of Virginia, or the Jefferson Memorial in Washington, D.C., or I guess Monticello as well, which is Thomas Jefferson's estate. So if you come in here, it is a very big and imposing building by design. Here you can see the dome.
I love the dome
skylight.
light. It's really nice.
Yeah, it's really nice. And so as you can see, he really went out of his way to make a big building.
I definitely get a sense of foreboding.
Right. Tile has most of the jack-lanterns on the map, and he's been putting them towards the community project, which is pretty cash money of them. Down here, there's going to be catacombs and a mailroom, I believe, at some point.
Yep, from what I've heard from him.
He's still working on this.
This area is obviously not safe and under construction.
No, so we're not going to linger.
The reason he got all the jack-o'-lanterns is because, like, one of the only patches of pumpkins spawned, like, over there, and he was the first one in the area.
Yep.
So he got dibs.
Like how you've left a trail of bones, Wade.
There's bones falling from the upper floor.
Oh, Wade, completely unrelated. I was doing the No Man's Sky, like, weekend Quicksilver quest the other day. Yeah, last night, actually. And one of the things to do was find fossils and then deliver them to somebody. And someone left a message thing that said, bones, bones, bones.
Nice.
And I was like, oh, I gotta tell Wade.
Bones, bones, bones.
Anyway. Okay, so up here you can see there's like a balcony around like the dome section. You got a nice view of that. And some of this doesn't make too much sense. We'll get Tile to fix it.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a door right there. It just doesn't seem like it's very...
But over here we've got a library, which is very nice. This is a squid milk cake, so do not eat it. Watch Tile's video, and he said very specifically not to eat the squid milk cake, so don't do it.
But I'm hungry.
Too bad. But this is his library. So well done him.
I think he's got his checklist right here.
Very important sign in the ice. Over there.
Why are you like this?
Very important, Fig.
Yeah, sure. We'll go with that.
It says
and his little cart too.
Was
that Russian?
I guess so. Discuss.
Yeah, all the backwards lettering. Yeah.
Hmm. Anyway, it doesn't make too much sense. Anyway, here's the dome. It's made out of snow blocks. It's important distinction. Okay, and then down there, you've tiles got a little supply wagon, which is nice. He's got like a little covered wagon. Over here, he's got a tower, which he has been working on for a while.
It is
So the interesting
really cool
thing,
area.
yeah, Tile is really good at figuring out like designs. His execution would be better if he knew how to count. So if we come up here, I will explain the issues. So the building is even wide, right? So see, even wide. The tower is odd wide on the side, so he's planning on building a bell here, but he can't make it symmetrical. So, Biffity Bower, fix the tower.
We love Tile, but we gotta poke some fun at him. You can see some other sections from up here as well, along with my nice connecting pathways, just to flex a little bit.
Really yank your own chain.
Yeah, that's what I do. Okay, we are in the wheat farm. We are specifically in the grain silo, which is storage for seeds and wheat. This is a community build, so I built this with the intention of, well, everyone in Hereshire being able to use it to gather wheat. Since then, wheat has been my primary food source because it's just much easier to get large quantities of it. So there's
It's
these.
easy to carry in old versions. Crafting table and a stack of wheat, and you've got bread for days.
Yep, pretty much. There's these large pathways, and then there's like pathways that branch between them, so you can actually access the wheat and get them. Whenever a certain bug is introduced with fences, I will be replacing all of the miniature pathways, and I'll be putting fence posts underneath all of the dirt to allow us to walk over without trampling it. Increase the farming space. But yeah, this is one of the first large builds that I made here on the server. It's almost a year old, actually. And then swinging over here, we've got a sugarcane farm. This is a very simple farm. It's pretty much just a big square with the sugarcane here between them. So if you never need large amounts of bookshelves for whatever reason, I mean, you can come here and grab a bunch of it. And then, of course, some chests over here for storage. But yeah, that sums up the sugarcane farm.
Okay, and then back here behind the town hall, we've got the town mine. This hasn't been extensively used yet, just because haven't really moved out here fully yet. This isn't done, and people are still using the spawn mine when they need stuff. But it's meant to be in a style of that sort of 19th century mine, where you've got, I guess, the hole in the side of a wall, and then you've got like mine carts and stuff. One of those Wild West ones. There's going to be different branches going down. Right now, the only one that goes down is this one. And eventually, the plan is to have mine carts running through here, so you can use mine carts to shoot stuff back up to the surface, and move supplies around easier. I've run into a bunch of lava, so that's what that's about. But if you come in here, oh no, there's a slime.
I don't see him. Oh, I see him. Yeah, he's dead on my end.
Anyway, so if you come in here, there's it's not as ornate as the one it spawned, but it's also not really meant to be. It's meant to be sort of a more rusticy sort of mine.
Where'd the diamond ore go?
Did someone mine it?
I don't see it.
I think someone mined it.
Jesus Christ.
You can't have anything.
You can't have shit in Detroit. So
Oh
through
yeah,
this
Arcrhid.
tunnel right here, we've got a entrance to the spider farm. So directly in line with one of these tunnels, actually, is a spawner block way up there. So you stand here, the spiders will spawn eventually, and then they will drop down, and then they will hit the cactuses here, make a lot of noise, see them dying, and then they die. And then their string will get pushed over here by the water stream, and then you can pick it up. You can just stand there and collect string. We've got several chests here for string storage. This is really useful if you want to get like an exorbitant amount. Oh, this is my stuff here that I left.
I was looking in for string, and I was like, oh, wow, diamonds.
I guess I'll take these. Also, the 2 spare minecarts I have for some reason. Yeah, so string, or sorry, wool rather, currently takes 9 string to make 1 block. So it's a little more expensive right now, but that's primarily what you can use this for, is to get large quantities of white wool. But yeah, this is probably one of our less used farms, but still a very useful farm. So rounding the corner from the mine, we've got the Herrisher Lumber Yard. It's one of my more favorite builds here. I've spent a lot of time here farming wood, but you can lay out trees here in the grid pattern if you wish. I prefer to just place down the saplings and bone meal them, and I usually will store bone meal over here along with a myriad of other things whenever I show up here. But there's meant to be like stacks of planks that are banded down by the rails here, as well as a large furnace array that I've been using to craft lots of charcoal, mostly for the East Fort, but I also intend to use this furnace array when mass-producing charcoal for our wall. And then over here we've got a very abstract buzzsaw for cutting through logs. It's just iron blocks. And then the very last thing here is this this nice outhouse over here, which is very, very minimalistic, and it serves as the entrance to the zombie farm. The zombie farm isn't the most useful thing in the world, but, you know, it exists if you need feathers for whatever reason.
Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me.
Hey guys, this is the outro. Thanks for watching.
That's true. Any last words, Spinmo?
Yeah, one sec. Beautiful.
I'm getting away.
What the hell?
Wait, I guess you can pose however you want in front of the mine. Oh no!
Wait. Wait! Dude, he's falling, he can't get up.
Yeah,
No.
there isn't actually a way out of there. You're not designed to be able to get out once you've fallen down.
Arcrid, look out next to— Oh no!
Wait!
Oh,
No!
wait!
Holy shit!
Watch out, the lava! The lava!